Hey guys, it's Johnny from JTK Gaming, and today I'm going to bring you my top 5 add-ons that I use every day. And if you're already aware of Minion and use Minion, then you can skip to this point. If not, you're going to want to go to the description and go to the Minion website and just click and download Minion and install Minion. Really quickly before we get in this, if you have any other questions after watching this, feel free to join my stream. I stream 5 to 6 days a week, and my stream schedule is underneath my Twitch page, and my Twitch will be linked in the description. So, once you have Minion installed, what you're basically going to be greeted with is this. One thing to keep in mind is sometimes Minion won't automatically select the correct folder to save the add-ons in, and if that is the case and that happens, just make sure that it's Documents, Elder Scrolls Live, and then the add-ons folder is located there. That's about the only issue I've heard of people having with Minion. The add-ons won't work if that happens, and that's basically just something to keep in mind. So this is what you'll be greeted with, that screen back there. If you don't have any add-ons, this is what it will look like. If you already do, obviously. And all you're going to want to do is click Find More, and then the search window is up here, and you can search for the specific add-on you want. You can also search by category and so on. And this is also where you'll update all your add-ons. You can set it to automatically do it, or you can just open Minion up every few days and update your add-ons. So that's it, guys. We're going to get straight into it, and I'm going to show you the add-ons that I use every day. So the first add-on I want to talk about is my UI, and I suppose we'll talk about all three in one here, but for my UI I use 3 different add-ons. I use Bandits UI, LUI, and Action Duration Reminder. Now, for those guys that are just starting out in the game and just want a simple add-on that does everything, Bandits is basically the go-to add-on. I use 3 different ones just because I like the way each add-on does something specific, and that's why I do it that way. But as I said, Bandits basically has all in one. You have your damage, incoming, all that kind of stuff. I use this a lot to see if someone's running a Malakath build. You can kind of look in here and see the damage report and see that they never crit in that fight, and you know, see the dirty proc sets. So Bandits basically I use for a lot of my stuff besides the health bar. The health bar is part of LUI, and the reason I do this is because I like the way LUI handles the shield bar. Now if you're not a Sork or a Magic and don't run shields, this is probably nowhere near an issue for you, but it's something I like to do. I just think it looks better and it's more easy to tell your shield apart from your health. Bandits does this, it just integrates it into the health bar, so that's going to be okay for most people. And the third add-on I use for my UI is Action Duration Reminder. Now this is something that also that Bandits does do in their UI add-on, so you don't need to use this, you can just use Bandits. But if you look at the skill counting down on my bar here, so it's basically just a skill timer, lets me know when my skill, like my buffs or my heals or my shields are down, I can recast them. And if you swap to your back bar, it just puts the back bar buffs on the top there. Now there's quite a lot of other add-ons that do something very similar to this, but I just like the way that Bandits is integrated. I think it looks smoother and cleaner than all the others. So they're basically what I use for my UI, so let's move on real quick. So let's talk about a few other add-ons that I'll mention. Now these are strictly class-specific add-ons. Now if you're a Sork, only cast Crystal Frag procs is amazing. It basically, what it allows you to, anyone that plays in a bit of lag, which is probably just about everyone in here, so will know you get a proc frag, you hit a proc frag, and then you start hard casting a frag afterwards, even though you hit it once. Or you know, if you play really bad ping like me, you'll hit it, it won't go off, so you'll hit it again, and then you end up hard casting. This just stops that from happening. You can't cast Crystal Frags unless it's procced. It's kind of a shitty way of dealing with it, but that's the way we have to do. And then the other class-specific add-on I would suggest, well 2 actually, is Grim Focus Counter. Obviously counts your stacks. Now Action Duration Reminder does this, but if you want something a little bit more easier to read and you can relocate it and stuff on your screen, then you can use that add-on. So another add-on, Nightblade Pacific add-on that I loved, I only got recommended in chat long ago, but Shadow Image Range. This will not only just tell you your range, it will tell you the location of your shade. So it is pretty damn useful. You know, in those big fights, you lose track of your shade and don't know where it is and how far away from it you are. Alright, so they are my class specific add-ons. Now there's probably some other for other classes, but I primarily play Sork and Nightblade. So. Okay, let's talk about Bloody Screen. I think it's a pretty underrated add-on, and basically all it does is you configure it in settings here to a percentage of health, and as soon as you drop below that percentage of health, you start getting blood splatter on your screen. It's just a really good visual cue to let you know that you're in trouble. The game does this automatically when you drop below 25%, but generally once you're in execute range in PvP, it's too late. It's basically game over. It's something that's very simple, but I seem to not be able to play without it. Every now and then when it turns itself off, I really do notice myself missing this add-on. And as I said, it's configurable in settings. You can adjust the percentage of health and how aggressive the blood splatter is and all those kinds of things. So I find it really handy, especially in PvP. It can also be used in PvE, but probably not quite as important. And immersion, that fucking really important thing. So let's talk about some add-ons that aren't necessarily strictly PvP. They're useful in a lot of PvE as well. Target Whispers is amazing. So see this guy right here, I can just point at him, push the keybind that I have keybound, and in my chat box it brings up their name and I can say hi. This random dude's going to be like, what? So it's really amazing. It works in PvP, even on enemies or whatever. As long as your reticle is on that person and you push the keybind for it, it will put their name in your chat box so you can automatically message them. The other add-on that I use with my chat, a lot of people use pchat. I know a lot of people have issues with pchat. I was one of those people. I didn't like it. It was just too much, really, for one feature that I wanted. So there's an add-on that does that one feature I wanted, and it's called Copy to Chatboard. And basically what it does in your chat, it gives you this little symbol next to each message, and when you click on it, it brings it up in a thing so you can copy and paste. So this is really handy for if someone sends you a website or sends you a Discord link, or you just want to copy and paste a salty tell that was sent to you. This can be really handy. So they're my two chat related add-ons that I use in PvP. Something to keep in mind, guys, I try and run as least possible add-ons as I can in PvP. I find a lot of add-ons don't really lag your computer out much, but we all know what PvP is like. Every little bit helps. So I try and run, sub 10 add-ons. I do not use add-ons like Find PV, me it's PvP alerts and Sildo alerts, and those kinds of add-ons are some of the worst, along with MM and TTC. If you run those add-ons for PvE, you really need to turn them off when you go into PvP. As much as I love the information that Miets gives me, it's just not worth it. If that's you, or you have a really badass computer, Miats or Zero Alert or Zero HUD, I think is another one. They're all really great add-ons. They'll give you information like how long it keeps being burst for. Miats will let you know like if they've flipped a flag, so you can look at the keep and it will let you know, okay, they've flipped the front flag, they're flipping the back flag now. So in a group, like as a raid lead, I would probably turn this on because but when I'm soloing, I don't really care too much about that information, so that's why I don't run it. So Grayskull is probably one of the most simple and easiest add-ons to use. That gives me my spell damage meter right there, and you can set different stages to it. So maybe you're running Clever Alch and a Master Staff, for example, so you'll have your unbuffed, your buffed, and then you'll have your fully buffed spell damage. So you can set in here, if you go into add-ons and you go into Grayskull, you can first set it to spell and weapon damage, and then down here you can set your stages and colors. So you might have red as your fully buff stage, and then you know, when you're got your all your buffs up, it turns red. You can have 4 up to 5 stages, so it's just a really good add-on, nice and clean, and I really do. Okay guys, the video is cut short a little bit, the server's gone down, but that's fine. I got most of what I wanted covered. If you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video, feel free to join my Twitch channel and come in chat and ask me in there, or join our Discord and hit me up in Discord as well. It's another great idea. But thank you for your time, boys and girls, and I'll catch you next time.